Brentford and Crystal Palace play out uninspiring goalless draw. Brentford fans got their first glimpse of Christian Eriksen, and that turned out to be the highlight of the afternoon. In normal circumstances, a new signing being introduced for the first time would be an underwhelming sole incident of real note, though not in this case. Midfielder Eriksen's miraculous recovery from a cardiac arrest suffered during last year's Euros and return to football by joining Brentford is one of the stories, not just of this season but any one. Brentford, 3-5-2, Raya 6, Adger 7, Jansen 7, Pinnock 7, Kano 6, Baptist 87, Janelt 6.5, De Silva 61, 6, Norgard 6.5, Jensen 7.5, Henry 7, Mbumo 7, Wissa 6, Gattos 82. Subs not used: Fernandes, Lossell, Anyika, Sorensen, Roerslev, Stevens booked. Kano's manager, Thomas Frank 6 Crystal Palace, 4-3-3, Guaita 6, Ward 7, Anderson 7, Gehi 6.5, Mitchell 7.5, Gallagher 6.5, Hughes 7, MacArthur 66, 6, Schlupp 7, A 6, Ulies 77, Edouard 6, Mateta 72, 6, Zaha 6. Subs not used: Butland, Milivojevic, Tompkins, Ease, Klein, Benteke. Manager, Patrick Vieira 6 Referee, Simon Hooper 6 The standing ovation reception he received from all sides of the ground when he was paraded ahead of kickoff was a reflection of that, and how welcome a sight for all it is to see him back in the game. Sadly, the two sides could not produce anything to enliven the crowd anything like as much as Eriksen did when he strode out to soak up the pre-match acclaim. Indeed, this proved to be a game that could have done with a player of Eriksen's invention to illuminate it, but he is not quite yet ready to play again. In his absence it was low on quality and saw Brentford's winless run extend to 7 games and left Crystal Palace still waiting for their first league victory of 2022. Initially Eriksen, sitting in the stands next to one of the men key to his arrival, director of football Phil Giles, would have been encouraged by elements of what he saw from Brentford in the first half. His new teammates carried the greater threat during an at times scrappy 45 minutes and had their fair share of chances to take a lead into the break. The lively Brian Mbumo had a shot deflected over by Joachim Anderson before Brentford were appealing loudly for a penalty. Mark Gehi handled as he leapt for a long throw, but, after a VAR review, referee Simon Hooper awarded a free kick for a foul on the Palace defender by Christian Norgard. Mbumo poked straight at Guaita after being slipped in by Matthias Jensen. Some last-ditch defending from Joel Ward, Tyrick Mitchell and Will Hughes frustrated Brentford and Sergi Kano's headed wide too. In contrast, Palace created just one big opportunity, but it was clear enough for it to have led to a goal. Jeffrey Schlupp poked the ball off Norgard to Odsonne Edouard who played through Jordan Ayew. He had plenty of time to compose himself and pick a suitable finish as he closed in on goal but did neither, blazing wildly off target. The game began to drift in the second half, so much so that Palace goalkeeper Guaita was at one stage running the width of his box to stay alert and warm. The introduction of Brentford's popular playmaker Josh De Silva threatened to inject some spark. His first involvement, beating Schlupp down the right and firing in a cross, was an encouraging sign. Another second-half sub James MacArthur forced David Raya into action. At the other end, Guaita was finally given something to do with 15 minutes left when he batted away captain Pontus Jansen's header. Seconds earlier he